Okay, Susan, hot take to start. The AI boom we're living through isn't one invention. It's basically a model arms race.
Yep. And the weird part is the weapons are mostly text prediction engines that somehow turned into apps, co-pilots, artists, and coworkers.
That's the part that breaks my brain. Like, how do we go from autocomplete to write my pitch deck, generate my logo, and help me debug my code?
Because the companies weren't just building a feature. They were building platforms, foundation models, and whoever wins those layers kind of wins the future.
Kind of wins the future is a terrifying sentence.
It should be.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Mike's Up. I'm Jordan, and today we're doing something I've wanted to do for a while. We're pulling back the curtain on the biggest AI models you've heard about, how they got built, who built them, and what we gain and risk in the process. Because right now, AI gets talked about like it's a single thing, like a gadget, like AI can do X. But the truth is, it's more like several heavyweight companies sprinting uphill with giant teams, insane compute budgets, and, let's be honest, a little bit of chaos. And, to help us make sense of it, I brought on someone who spends her days living in this world, Susan.
Hey, Jordan. Happy to be here.
Susan is an AI product lead and former ML engineer, and she's worked on deploying large language models inside real products, like the kind where if it fails, customers don't politely clap, they email your CEO.
That is painfully accurate.
So you're perfect for this episode. You've got the technical grounding, but you also know what happens when these models leave the lab and hit reality.
Exactly. And I love this topic because model wars isn't just drama. It's shaping what tools we all get, what data gets used, and who gets to steer the direction.
All right, strap in. We're going to talk OpenAI, Google, Anthropic, Meta, Microsoft, and rising players like Mistral and xAI. We'll hit what these models are actually good at today, what they still mess up in surprising ways, and the big trade-offs. Privacy, bias, jobs, safety, and control. Susan, you ready?
Let's do it.
Okay, if someone is listening and they're like, I keep hearing GPT and Gemini and Claude like they're Marvel characters, what is a foundation model? How do you explain it?
I usually say a foundation model is a big general-purpose AI trained on massive amounts of data so it can do a lot of tasks. Writing, summarizing, coding, translating, tutoring, even generating images or acting like an assistant. You don't train it for one narrow job like detect spam. You train it to learn patterns broadly, language, logic, style, sometimes images and audio, and then you adapt it for use cases.
So it's not one app, it's like the engine.
Exactly, like an operating system layer. And once you have that engine, you can build products on top. Chatbots, co-pilots, search assistants, creative tools, customer support, all of it.
And the model wars part is basically who gets the best engine, the most users, and the most distribution.
Yep, it's compute, data, talent, research breakthroughs, and then distribution. Who can get it into people's hands fastest?
Let's do a quick tour. When people say the famous models, what names are we talking about?
The household names right now are OpenAI with GPT models, Google with Gemini, Anthropic with Claude, Meta with Llama models. Microsoft is interesting because they partner deeply with OpenAI and also ship co-pilot experiences across products. Then rising players, Mistral in Europe with smaller, efficient models, and xAI with Grok typed closely to X.
Wait, so Microsoft doesn't have the model the same way? People say Microsoft AI a lot.
Microsoft's strength is distribution. They're like the megaphone. They integrate models into Windows, Office, GitHub, especially GitHub Copilot, and enterprise tools. They also do their own research and model work, but the big consumer-facing wow came from shipping OpenAI models through Microsoft products.
So Microsoft's superpower is we already own the place where you work.
Exactly.
Okay, OpenAI. Why did GPT become the brand name for AI?
Timing and product. OpenAI paired a strong research trajectory with a consumer interface that made AI feel accessible. Chat, back and forth, a friendly UI. GPT became like Kleenex for tissue. People say, I use GPT when they mean I used an AI chatbot.
And Google?
Google has been doing foundational AI research for years. Transformers came from Google's research era. With Gemini, they focused on being multimodal, text plus images and more, and integrating it into search and their ecosystem.
Anthropic?
Anthropic positioned Claude as more safety-focused, more aligned, more controllable. They're known for pushing helpful, harmless, honest vibes, though in practice, every company is balancing capability and safety.
Meta is the open one, right?
Relatively, Llama models made waves because they were released in ways that allowed broad developer use, and that created an ecosystem. Meta's bet is if developers build on their models, they shape the market even without owning the consumer chat experience.
And Mistral?
Mistral built a reputation for efficient, strong models, some open weight releases that were really competitive per size. It's a do more with less approach.
Then XAI, Grok.
Grok's story is intertwined with platform integration and a particular tone. It's also a we can move fast narrative, plus access to real-time-ish social data depending on how they integrate it.
So basically, the giants plus the scrappy speedrunners.
Exactly.
Okay, now the million-dollar question. Why did these models improve so quickly? It felt like one year it was funny, the next year it was writing people's resumes and code.
A few forces stacked together. 1. Scaling laws. When you increase data, parameters, and compute, performance often improves predictably. 2. Better training techniques. Fine-tuning, instruction tuning, reinforcement learning from human feedback, all that. 3. Tool use. Models got paired with search, calculators, code execution, retrieval systems. 4. Product feedback loops. Real user interaction helps refine behavior.
So it's not just bigger brain, it's bigger brain plus a utility belt.
Exactly. And that's why people sometimes misunderstand. The model itself might not know something reliably, but when it can call tools, look up info, or follow structured workflows, it looks dramatically more capable.
And the race part is whoever gets the best combo of brain plus tools plus product.
Yes, and whoever can afford the compute and talent.
Let's get practical. What are these models actually excellent at today?
They're great at drafting and rewriting, emails, scripts, marketing copy, outlines, summarization, turning long docs into key points, brainstorming, generating options quickly, code assistance, explaining, suggesting fixes, writing boilerplate, translation and tone, making writing clearer or more persuasive, pattern-based tasks, classification, extraction, structured output, when prompted properly.
And the reason this feels magical is because it's like the work you don't want to do.
Exactly. It's a blank page killer. You're not starting from zero.
So if you're the kind of person who stares at a cursor blinking like it's judging you, AI is your friend.
Very much.
Okay, now for the part people don't like hearing. Where do these models still mess up?
The big ones? 1. Hallucinations, making confident-sounding stuff up. 2. Reasoning brittleness. They can do logic sometimes, then fail on simple steps. 4. Context overload. Longer conversations can get messy. 5. Hidden assumptions. They'll fill in the blanks wrong. 6. Bias and uneven performance. They reflect training data patterns. 7. Security risks. Prompt injection, data leakage, misuse in workflows.
The hallucination thing is wild because it's not like, I don't know, it's like, here's the answer with a TED Talk tone.
Exactly. It's the confidence that makes it dangerous. It's not lying, it's pattern completing.
So what's the best mental model? Like, how should people think of AI outputs?
Think of it as a drafting partner who's fast and creative, but sometimes wrong. If you treat it like an oracle, you'll get burned.
That's such a good line. Fast and creative, but sometimes wrong.
Give me a real-world example where these model wars show up in daily life, something people have probably touched.
Sure, GitHub Copilot is a perfect example. A lot of developers now have Copilot sitting in their IDE, suggesting code as they type. That's AI moving from cool demo to workflow dependency. And behind the scenes, that product sits at the intersection of models, training data debates, enterprise adoption, and distribution. Microsoft has GitHub, the dev ecosystem, and the ability to sell it to companies at scale.
So the war isn't just who has the smartest model, it's who gets embedded into the tools people already use.
Exactly, and it changes behavior. Developers might write faster, explore solutions quicker, but also risk accepting suggestions they don't fully understand.
Like copy-pasting from a stranger, but the stranger is an AI.
That's a great way to put it. And for businesses, it's not just productivity, it's governance. What code is being generated, what licensing risk exists, what sensitive data is being typed into prompts.
And that's where privacy and control show up.
Exactly.
Let's do myths. What's the biggest misconception you hear from normal humans, non-ML folks?
Myth number 1, the model knows things like a person. It doesn't know in the human sense. It predicts. It's like a supercharged pattern machine.
Myth number 2?
If it sounds confident, it must be correct. Nope. Confidence is a style, not a truth signal.
That is such a trap.
Myth number 3, more automation means less work. In reality, it often shifts the work. You spend less time drafting, more time reviewing, verifying, prompting, and integrating.
Myth number 4. AI will replace everyone tomorrow. It will reshape roles, yes, but adoption is messy. Regulations, trust, workflow integration, and human accountability slow and shape it.
So the future isn't a robot apocalypse, it's meetings.
The most realistic sci-fi is budget approvals.
Okay, give the audience a framework. If someone wants to use AI responsibly, whether they're a student, a marketer, a manager, a developer, what should they do?
I love a simple 4-step framework. C.L.E.A.R.
Ooh, I'm listening.
C, context. Tell it what you're doing and for whom. L, limits. Define constraints. Tone, length, format, sources, what it must not do. E, evidence. Ask for citations, reasoning steps, or show your work when possible. A, audit. Verify outputs. Cross-check critical facts. R, responsible data. Don't paste sensitive info unless you know the policy and protections.
Clear. That's clean.
And one more practical tip. Treat AI like a junior collaborator. If you wouldn't give an intern your passwords or customer list, don't paste it into a chatbot.
That intern analogy is perfect. Helpful, eager, occasionally chaotic.
Exactly.
What about choosing between models? Like if someone's like, should I use GPT, Claude, Gemini, Llama? I don't want to do homework.
I'd keep it simple. If you need strong general writing plus coding help, try the major commercial models and see what fits your style. If you need tight integration with your tools, like Workspace or Office, use what's built into that ecosystem. If you're a developer who needs control and customization, open-weight models can be valuable, but require more setup and responsibility.
So it's not one is best, it's what's your use case and where do you live digitally?
Exactly.
All right, let's zoom out. What do we gain and what do we risk in these model wars?
We gain huge productivity boosts, new creative tools, accessibility improvements like better translation, tutoring, help for people with disabilities, faster research and drafting. The risks are big too. Privacy, what data gets used, what users share, what gets stored. Bias, the model can amplify stereotypes or uneven outcomes. Jobs, shifts in labor, some tasks automated, roles redefined. Safety, misuse, misinformation, deepfakes, harmful instructions. Control, concentration of power, who owns the model, sets policy, gates access.
The control part feels under-discussed because whichever models become default, they shape how people write, search, learn, and decide.
Exactly. If your AI assistant is mediating your information diet, it's not neutral. The incentives of the company matter.
That's heavy.
It is, but it's also why transparency, regulation, and competition matter. We want innovation and safeguards.
Yeah, because the alternative is either anything goes or nothing moves. Neither is good.
Precisely.
All right, Susan, quick fire round. No overthinking. Ready?
I'll try.
1. Most overhyped AI claim you hear.
It understands like a human. Nope.
2. Most underrated use of AI right now.
Turning messy thoughts into structured outlines. Instant clarity.
3. One thing AI still struggles with that surprises people.
Simple logic consistency across a long conversation. It can drift.
4. If AI models were cars, what are we driving right now?
Fast sports cars with weird steering, amazing acceleration, occasional sudden turns.
5. The one skill people should build to thrive in the AI era.
Critical thinking and verification. Be the editor, not just the consumer.
That last one is the mic drop. Okay, let's land this plane. 3 takeaways from today. Takeaway 1. AI isn't one monolith. It's a race between companies building foundation models, and product distribution matters as much as raw model strength. Takeaway 2. These models are genuinely incredible at drafting, summarizing, and boosting productivity, but they can still hallucinate, drift, and mirror bias, so you have to verify. Takeaway 3. The biggest question isn't just what can AI do? It's who controls it, how it's governed, and what trade-offs we accept around privacy, safety, and power.
That's a solid summary. And honestly, the best mindset is use it, learn it, but don't surrender your judgment to it.
Use it, learn it, don't surrender your judgment. That should be on a t-shirt. If you enjoyed this episode, hit like, smash subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next here on Mike's Up. And I want to hear from you. Which AI model or tool do you actually use the most? GPT-style chatbots, Gemini, Claude, Copilot, something open source? And what's one thing it surprised you with? Drop it in the comments. Next episode tease, optional but fun, we might get into AI agents, the idea that models don't just answer questions, they take actions. And yeah, that opens up a whole new can of worms.
A whole new can.
Susan, thank you for coming on. This was awesome, equal parts exciting and mildly terrifying.
The best kind of episode.
All right, everyone. Until next time, keep your mic up, keep your mind sharp, and we'll catch you in the next one.
Thanks for watching. Give us a like, share with friends, and hit that subscribe button for more.